What it is, everybody, you have made it back to another Lock Review Monday, the series where we uplift, promote, and admire people with locks. This week, we're simply going to be looking at a couple of artists, musical talent that I found this week who have a cool set of locks. So, without further ado, if you like cool hair, cool style, and you want to hang out for a little while, stay tuned as we deep dive into this musical lock review. First up, we have young MOSH. He is an alternative vocalist, and according to the people, he looks like Ludacris. I don't really think so, but that's neither here nor there. We'll probably circle back to that. He remixes otherwise not metal songs and adds his metal stank on it, and it is pretty good. I highly recommend you check him out. As for the hair, we can see he's got a nice set of locks, maybe a couple years in. He rocks it with the high top, meaning it's shaved on the sides and the back, and it's looking pretty good. His constant use of headphones, one might worry that it might get in the way, maybe affect the way that they grow, maybe affect the roots. However, it seems to be fine. They look healthy on top and on the sides, even though they're shaved. And also, by the details of his locks, they seem to be maintained, meaning he gets them retwisted quite often, so we don't have to worry about the new growth as much. He seems that he does put his hair up in styles, like 2-strand twists and sort of like lock cornrows. And as you can see here, he's doing big things. They're playing shows. I imagine they're on the road. I imagine his life is, for lack of a better word, chaos. You know, they're very busy. So doing this can protect his locks, and then he can look hype and not think about it so much. The 2-strand twist is a really cool look, especially at his length. It sort of thickens them up, but like keeps the sort of ruggedness of a lock look. And braiding them back like this just sort of keeps it out of his face, I'm sure, for like when they're traveling and like. And we see here an exquisite photo of the before. Before the locks, we see that he had an afro. We also have a bit of evidence here of the type of texture he had. We see that he has a more coily type of hair texture, but a little bit loose, probably 3C, 4A. Great texture that can easily produce great locks, and we can see that here by the set that he now has today. And that's not to say that all hair textures can't have locks, because they in fact can. Some hair textures are just easier to develop into the style. Looser hair textures just need more manipulation and a bit more work, and sometimes, unfortunately, a bit more time. Now, a lot of his audience seems to think that he looks like the rapper Ludacris, and if I'm being honest, this is how I found his content. Now, I just don't think that's true though. Y'all let me know in the comments, do you think these two look alike? Here's a little side-by-side with similar hairstyles and specs, because I just don't see it like at all. Like, yeah, maybe the nose shape is a bit similar, but head shape and all other features are super different, so I'm just saying. Not sure where that comes from, but I don't see it. Anyways, this is an awesome creator. I will leave all of his links that I have access to in the comments below. Definitely go check it out. It is a good time. His covers are awesome. Music is awesome. And it's just a good time over there on his page. So definitely go check out young MOSH. Next up, we have Richardfairliemusic. This creator is awesome. I literally just found him, but am already super into it. So on top of having really smooth vocals, he has a super wild and unique set of locks. He seems to be rocking only a few freeform locks at the top of his head and lets the rest of his hair grow free. This is not a style you see often, but definitely an avant-garde take on the freeform style. The fro in the front of his locks gives us a bit more detail on what kind of texture he has. Again, it's coily, not quite curly, but not quite a 4C. I'm gonna also put him in the 3C for a category, maybe hovering around there. And because of the length of his locks and the length of his fro, maybe it's either just really grown out or he does at some point maintain or cut the afro portion of his locks. Not sure, I'm just guessing for funsies here, but it does create an awesome silhouette. Also, the look of his hair down, the way he wears it in a hoodie looks hype as well. This definitely gives protagonist, if not main character vibes. For even when he wears it down in a hoodie and just out, the silhouette is still very unique. He's definitely at a mature lock stage, and what I find interesting is that the ends are quite blunted, which on people with looser hair textures, even at the 3/8 point, you usually start to see like fluffy leave out and not such rounded edges at the tips of the locks. It's also a little bit harder to get a sense of how many there are, as he does wear them in this ponytail bun quite often. However, if we were to guess, I'd say there's about only 8 on his head, which is pretty cool. Have you ever heard the saying, to be in a band, you have to have bitchin' hair? Well, these two gentlemen were the perfect example of whatever that saying means or wherever it came from. Anyhoozle, I will end my video here. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. If you like this video, please leave a like, leave a comment in the description below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.